I think our family has always had a family camera. One that we take with us on trips, one we bring whenever anyone has an event, a simple one that anyone in the family could use. It was always a point and shoot, and it was always a Canon. This is the Canon Powershot SX620 HS. It is a 20 megapixel compact point and shoot camera with a whopping 25 to 625 millimeter focal length equivalent. It has a 25 times optical zoom and an aperture of f3.2 to 6.6 with a pop-up flash, coupled with a lens shift type image stabilization 1 to 1/2000th of a second shutter speed and an ISO of up to 3200. It has adequate nighttime or low light capability. It records video of up to 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second, which is respectable even until now. This camera can be used in full auto mode and it handles everything for you, but you can also set it to program AE. Let me read from the Canon website. So program AE, also known as P mode, is a shooting mode where the camera sets both the aperture and shutter speed automatically based on subject brightness to achieve the correct exposure. It's very similar to shooting in full auto, except that you have control over most other photographic settings. So with that, it means you can adjust things like exposure compensation and ISO speed. You can even change the metering method from evaluative, which is just the camera deciding for you, center weight, and spot metering. You can also change the white balance and color tones, which generally is just slapping on a filter. It has some quirky modes that I am only finding out about now because I've never used them, like the fisheye lens, the miniature models, the toy camera. So this is me trying out the fisheye lens for the first time ever. You turn on the flash with a button on the side and it pops right out, and there are some flash settings that you can use, but it's probably best to just stay with auto. You can choose the autofocus mode depending on the situation. So there's face autofocus for shooting still human subjects, tracking AF for moving subjects, and servo AF, which is kind of like tracking AF. It's a really feature-packed camera, but I think it would mostly be used as a fully automatic, no thoughts, head empty camera. And I think we all need that type of camera. You can't shoot RAW though, only JPEG. But honestly, this isn't really a camera you would use to take pictures of things you'd want to edit in post. No thoughts, head empty camera. So this camera was something my brother picked out because my mom wanted to replace our previous family camera. We had taken it on a couple of trips, but I think around that time we had bought this camera, I was starting to get into photography as well, so I had secretly bought my own camera at the time, a Fujifilm X-A5, which I would also have to write a love letter to. So in my memory, I didn't really use this camera on family trips much. However, in the past couple of years, I had been borrowing this camera to bring to my own personal trips, or in other words, my concert trips. The amazing thing about this camera is that it is so small it can fit right in your baggy jeans pockets or jacket pocket. And because of its very capable zoom function, I was able to take some questionable but fairly impressive shots from a great distance, all things considered. I know sometimes you aren't allowed to bring cameras to concert venues, and not gonna lie, security stopped me from shooting one time. I should have just pretended to be a foreigner, but anyway. Yes, this is an excuse for me to share some of my favorite concert pictures. The first time I used this camera was during this event. It wasn't a concert, it was some kind of event, but Red Velvet was performing. This isn't my first concert, but it definitely is the start of my mental illness. I was sitting in the lower box in the MOA arena, so to be able to get these shots from like a million miles away is pretty impressive for a point-and-shoot camera. And I know they're not really anything to write home about, but still it's pretty amazing. So for comparison, here are some video clips taken with my phone with the zoom maxed out. These are from R2V in 2023. I was in the standing area, but I had arrived a bit later, so barricade was already taken, so my friends and I were just chilling at the very back of the crowd. I know some of these pictures got some chromatic aberration or whatever going on, but whatever. As long as I'm happy with them, that's what matters. Also in 2023, I risked my life and told my family that I'd be spending New Year's Eve with Red Velvet. However, I got like one good shot from this event. But I did get these lovely pictures around BGC. I did try to take some videos of their performances, but the audio is fried to a crisp. So here is a clip without audio. And most recently in 2024 for the RV Fan Con, I took these pictures. But I only got pictures up to a certain point because security stopped me and it was embarrassing and awful. But these are the best pictures I've ever taken at any concert using this camera. And I was standing near the barricade, so that really helped. Phone cameras are really great at taking pictures and videos for concerts, but I think this camera still has a really special place in my heart, and I'm just being sentimental. But yeah, this is my love letter to the Canon Powershot SX620 HS. I hope you enjoyed these photos and me yapping. Thank you.